Yes, greetings all. You're welcome to our daily dose of Aurum Foundation, day 45, where we show you the beautiful opportunity we have been able to leverage on with the help of artificial intelligence to earn passive income. This is LawyerTAJ reaching you all the way from Sapele in Delta State, Nigeria. And I want to welcome all of you once again. We're going to go straight to the presentation that we have. So I want to share my screen immediately. So if you can see my screen, can you give me my favorite alphabets? If you can see my screen, give me my favorite alphabets right here so we can get started. Blessed evening to see you, Joshua. Can anyone see my screen now before we get started? If you can see my screen, give me the alphabet B. Thank you, Titus. You're the one who remembered, Joshua. Okay, that's fine. So right now, before we get started, I just want to bring you up to speed with the information you're about to hear. The information you're about to hear cannot be gotten from any school or any university. In fact, there are professors that still don't know or understand what it is. And so once again, welcome you to Aurum Foundation. Two things you have to note. One, keep an open mind. Forget whatever you've known before. Open your mind and listen to what I'm going to tell you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat box. Write it out there, and then we will check it out afterwards. Secondly, there are some certain dictions that we use in this sector called AI finance. These dictions help you understand very well what the business is all about. And like every other profession, there are dictions that you need to take full note of. And so we're about to begin now. Welcome to Aurum Foundation. This is the logo of the company, a company that is multifaceted, that has its hands in different fintech products. AI is not just a trend anymore, but AI is now a new level in the world of finance, which is called AI finance. And so let us listen briefly to this video before we get started.
A new financial era is unfolding, powered by technology, driven by blockchain. Introducing Aurum, a smart AI-powered ecosystem built to create automated income on the blockchain. With automated AI trading bots, your capital works for you. No stress, no daily effort. Led by Brian Benson, former Binance director and fintech expert, affordable access, sustainable monthly returns, optional compounding, and real Visa card integration.
If you don't earn while you sleep, you'll work forever. Start where you are. Take action today.
If you don't earn while you sleep, you will work forever. So start where you are and take action today. With these words, I want to formally welcome you to our presentation on Aurum Foundation, a fintech company in the sector called artificial intelligence finance. So what is Aurum Foundation? Aurum is a fintech company. Aurum Foundation is a decentralized fintech company dedicated to the development of innovative crypto products and AI-powered algorithms that redefine how users manage and grow their digital assets. Emphasis is mine. And so, like I said, there are some words that we'll keep on saying each and every time, so you know that they have meanings in this world of AI finance. Words like fintech. Fintech is financial technology. That's a short form for financial technology. And fintech covers a whole aspect, means simply technologies that are being created to help our finances, to help it manage, grow the digital assets. And so, in order to understand that we are in a digital world today, we have gone way past the world of traditional finance. Nearly all of us here have bank accounts, I agree. But I believe that not everyone needs to go to the bank to carry out transactions, because everywhere you are in the world, you can go through your phone and carry out transactions. That shows you very much that the world is now digital and even our finances have gone digital. And so for me, one of the platforms that opened my eyes to the world of digital finance was Binance. Binance was one platform that helped us understand what cryptocurrency is. And so before being a member of Aurum Foundation, if you ask me what is Binance, I'm going to tell you Binance is an exchange. But that's wrong because Binance is not an exchange. Binance is a fintech company that has different fintech products, e.g., the exchange that helps people carry out cryptocurrency transactions. And so with the Binance exchange, I was able to understand that there are different types of cryptocurrencies. The world is going digital. I can buy, hold, sell, P2P, all these different cryptocurrencies, stake and mine, and be able to understand how you make money from buying and selling crypto. And so for many years, I used Binance and it has been very beneficial to me, even though I am a lawyer by profession. And so before we go far into it, let's talk a little bit about the Binance story. Binance started in 2017 as a fintech company with 3 fintech products. When Binance started in 2017, a lot of people still didn't understand what cryptocurrency is. A lot of people still call Binance, still call Bitcoin a scam. Even the governments of the world were wary and telling everybody not to invest or be a part of cryptocurrency. And so with that fear in mind, when Binance started, a lot of people didn't want to invest in it at all. In order to raise money, Binance decided to sell its tokens. The tokens of Binance, which is the BNB coin today. So when Binance started, they had only 3 products: the exchange, Binance staking, and the Binance token. At 50 cents per unit of the token, Binance was able to raise $12 million. And with $12 million, they went into the world of digital finance. 9 years later, guys, Binance is worth $100 billion and more, with over 300 million users globally and over 20 million users on a daily basis. Binance, as we know it today, is a multi-billion-dollar company. And so the same opportunity that was open to the world in 2017 with Binance is what is open to all of us today with Aurum Foundation. But quite unlike Binance that had 3 products, Aurum Foundation started with 14 different products. And so in understanding what Aurum Foundation is, we need to look into its ecosystem. So Aurum becomes easier to understand using the ecosystem concept. Aurum is not just a public exchange. Please note this. Even though Aurum has an exchange like Binance, that does not make Aurum an exchange. Even though Aurum has a neobank, does not make Aurum a bank. Even though Aurum has 4 different AIs trading for it, it does not make Aurum a trading company. Aurum is a fintech company with different fintech products in its ecosystem that improves the finances of its users just by usability. Means that just by using the products of this company, our finances, our wealth, our digital assets increase in value. Just at the right-hand corner, you see Aurum enters the top crypto companies to invest in 2026. You can take up these words and put it on Google, put it on YouTube, and you're going to see the entire material to read on how Aurum is now well elevated to be part of those top crypto companies to invest in 2026. And so what you see right here is the 16 different products of Aurum Foundation, which makes up the Aurum ecosystem. We're going to be talking just briefly on a couple of them, and then we will take our time to go through a couple of them too, so that we do not spend a long time in these presentations. Basically going to take an hour. And so we're going to talk a little bit on the Zeus bot, for example. If we have to spend a lot of time, it will take so much time. So we will be speaking about a little on the Zeus bot and its advantages that is open to you and I. With the Zeus bot, you have the opportunity to grow your cryptocurrencies, and it can give you a value of between 10 to 15% on a monthly basis on your crypto. The XAI bot is the flagship product of the company, which means that everybody that comes into Aurum must first come through the Aurum XAI bots, after which they can now use any of the products. That does between 16 to 18% in a month. The XAI Pro bot does between 7 to 12%, and it works basically on LTC/USDT, which is Litecoin/USDT. Aurum AI agents are now prevalent, are now working in the system to earn more money for you. And then we want to look at the Aurum exchange. Just like Binance, Aurum has an exchange. And so I just want to ask a little question. What made Binance so successful? Which of the fintech products of Binance made it so successful? Don't worry, I'll tell you. It's the exchange. Binance became so successful with one product, which is the fintech, which is the exchange. And so Aurum itself also has an exchange. And then you talk of the Aurum Neo Bank. It's a next generation bank for digital economy. Gives you the opportunity to be able to hold cards, do the management on it, and have other bots in it that works. Aurum staking is also another important part of the fintech products that gives you the ability to stake and earn on your crypto. The Aurum Flash loans gives you the opportunity also to hold licenses of the Aurum token, which will be launched maybe in a year or two. And then the Aurum cards, of course, is one of the products that had me sold for the business. The Visa card and the MasterCard, both virtual and physical, makes it important. In fact, make the business very clear that, of course, it is something that everybody should be part of. The Aurum POS and ATM machines have been tested, and pretty soon we'll be seeing them out when they come as the company continues to expand to different parts of the world and having offices. So I can imagine that an office of Aurum would have the ATM on there so you can carry out transactions. And then small and medium scale enterprises can have these POS machines in order to carry out businesses. And then the Aurum network, the high performance decentralized blockchain, and then the Aurum token. So a few minutes ago, I told you how Binance had to sell its tokens in order to raise money, in order to raise funds. But Aurum did not sell its token. Rather, it used the network system in growing the company. And I said that until we have about 500,000 investors, this token will be launched. Guys, the BNB token rose up to $1,010 for one. Today, it is hovering still around $600 plus. If you are one of those lucky people that invested into it or bought $100 or $500 or even $1,000 worth of the of the BNB token as at 2017, you would have been a multimillionaire today. And here also is the opportunity that the Aurum token holds, that if you are smart enough to buy these tokens, which is selling now at 52 cents in the Aurum ecosystem, you could be one of those who could be really very rich and wealthy from the Aurum token. We will be looking at all other products as we go on one by one. But basically, I've just touched about half of what you see here, the 16 different products of Aurum Foundation. We love the system because it is secured. It is decentralized, meaning that it's community-driven and transparently governed. It's scalable, which means that it is built for mass adoption and real-world impact. It is innovative because it covers different aspects of technology, AI and innovation, financial infrastructure, payment systems, real-world assets, blockchain, and core assets, some of which even Binance itself does not have any product on. For example, AI and innovation. It is global, meaning that it is connecting economies without boundaries all over the world. So you can see that through the Aurum ecosystem, there exists different services like digital wallets, payment cards, financial education, technology-assisted tools, transfers, trading, exchange, and global payments. And you could also see that there are different utilities on there because some investors basically use the wallets. Some use the card to travel all over the world and put in money and spend even denominated in the USDT. Some focus on the AI trading. That means having all their monies in the 4 different AIs that trade and earning passively on a daily basis. Some focus on team building, building a team, showing people the opportunity and having them grow and earning passive income. While some other people focus on growing their cryptocurrencies. But the smart individual like you and I, we tend to have our hands in each and every pie of the services that Aurum Foundation has to offer. And so, what is the vision of this company? The vision of the mission is to create 1,000 new millionaires from the Aurum ecosystem by simply using the fintech products of Aurum. I'll say it again. The vision of the company is to create 1,000 new millionaires from the Aurum ecosystem, from those who use the fintech products of Aurum. And so here we're going to hear from the CEO himself, Mr. Brian Benson, having over 27 years of experience in the world of trading, Internet of Things, reward asset tokenization, and what have you. He worked for Binance for a couple of years, opening up Latin America and with over 8 countries. In fact, for Binance to be successful, the story about Brian Benson cannot be underwritten. Because these are people who are part of those who made Binance successful. And so we want to listen to him to hear the mission of this company.
We're on a mission to create 1,000 millionaires that don't have $1 million today. So if we can come up with a system whereby there's hundreds of thousands of people in there, but 1,000 of these people turn into millionaires, then those assets are inside of our platform. That turns us into a unicorn right away. And so that's really the goal that I have as an executive at the company is how do we get people that don't have $1 million today to get them to $1 million through saving, through yield-bearing assets, through a lot, compounding interest, through a lot of these things that have been around for a long time, but that not everyone in the world uses. And these are tools that are super important to get us there. So that's how we're measuring it internally is if we can get to the point where we have 1,000 people that have become millionaires through our system and through working with our products, then that gets us really close to the unicorn valuation. And we want to be a fintech unicorn. I think Binance was the fastest fintech unicorn ever in the history. I think it took less than 6 months. We used to have a slide about that in our pitch deck. So I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I've been involved in one of the fastest growing fintech unicorns in the world. And I think what we have at Aurum is actually very similar to when I started at Binance.
You can hear the words of Brian Benson. I think what we have in Aurum is similar to what we had at Binance when it started. Guys, this is a man that is experienced. This is not his first rodeo. He's been there before. He has helped a fintech company grow its products, and this is exactly what he plans to do with Aurum Foundation. And so before I became a member of Aurum, when I was shown the business opportunity, I went online and started checking for Aurum, not Aurum Foundation. And I saw a lot of rubbish. Some said Brian Benson does not exist. He's just a character. Some say it's AI. Some say he's a scammer. Some say he never worked for Binance. He's not real. And this informed my decision why when I met him for the first time in January of this year, I took pictures with him, had time to speak with him, ask him about Aurum Foundation and the plans that he has for the company. And I was blown away being in the midst of a genius. I mean, if you listen to Brian Benson, you can always speak 2 or 3 new things that he's saying. And he uses the diction of AI finance to the letter. Everything he says gives you something to think about. And that's why I'm very more confident in this company, knowing the CEO, knowing that he's someone who's all over the world, someone who's reachable, someone who's got social media influence and the rest. He's also a member of the Forbes Council. And being a member of Forbes Council, you don't buy it. It's by experience, it's by what you've done, it's by what you know, all the things that you have carried out in the sector. And so Brian Benson, this was when we were at the desert after the occasion in January when the company was launched, and we really did have a good time. Guess what, guys? We're not in a company that is run by a one-man show. Instead, in fact, for me, it's the first time I've ever seen a company that has 2 CEOs. Leonardo Galindez, the Chief Executive Officer of the Aurum Exchange. He also worked for Binance, so that shows you that someone who's learned, who's been there, and who's experienced. He created infrastructure that scaled over 300,000 users. He has his own exchange called CoinX. But once again, he has been brought in by Brian Benson to handle the exchange. And so, for the company itself to have one professional being in charge of the exchange, that says a whole lot. That means they're really working on an exchange that has the capacity and the capability to make this company a multi-billion-dollar company. They're not left alone. They have the Aurum team, the global team, which spans Leonardo Galindez, Shane Moran, Ahmed Zen, Nicholas Kellan, Brent Folfer, Tobias Bauer, and a couple of other people that make up the global team in this company. So this is not a one-man show. This is not a system where one man can just collapse the company and run away. This is a system where you have professionals handling different parts of the business. Nicholas Kellan, for example, is the head of partnerships. Brent Folfer and Tobias Bauer, they are the VC relationship advisor. So VC here stands for venture capitalists. That means those companies who own billions of dollars that are looking for new technology to invest in or even own the technology. So be rest assured that it's not just your money that is part of what this company is working with. They are venture capitalist companies. They have millions of dollars already in the system working. Our COO, the Chief Operating Officer, is Andrew Isaacs, Mr. AI. We call him Mr. AI because he looks like AI. Yeah, not really. That's his acronym, AI, Andrew Isaacs. And so I had to take a picture with him because some people will look at this picture and people of the world, those people online that put in fake information and putting fake news can come and tell you, look at him now. He's AI. Look at his face. Look at his nose. It's not real. But I tell you, Mr. Andrew Isaacs is real as can be. He's got 18 years in investment banking, has over 23 billion in executed transactions, and over 2 billion in digital asset deals. Guys, this is not someone that is a mediocre. He's a professional. And you will notice that in every part of the different fintech products, they are manned by professionals to make sure that the whole cycle is working very well. And so we're going to be delving into some of the products of this company, talking about it in total. We're going to talk about the XAI bot, which was launched in January of 2023. So for 3 good years, this bot has been trading and has made, at least from the last call we had with the company, 648% in profits. So if you had started with Aurum in January of 2023 with $1,000, that possibly would have been $641,000 today. If you had started with $100, that would have been $6,413 today, going by the percentage of profits and by the XAI bots. The XAI bot is not so expensive. For me, it's actually one of the cheapest AIs I've ever seen because a cent less than $20 is what it costs to buy the XAI bot, 19.99. And that's going to give you 365 days of usage. So when you subscribe to this, what remains is you having your capital in the system to run for you. And the company made it so cheap and affordable that with just $100, you can have $100 running for you and the AI trading for you. And not only that, it gives you the ability for you to earn through the AI trading, you also have full access to all the Aurum products and services. You can participate in a marketing plan that maximizes your earning potential. You can join a community of ambitious, like-minded individuals, gain access to official training, events, and educational programs. So if you are one who likes to travel like me, then Aurum Foundation is for you. Because I have been 7 months in this business and I've been to 3 countries, from Phuket in Thailand to the UAE, Dubai, and to the Maldives in Southeast Asia. And so you would have the opportunity to meet people all over the world, create wonderful friendships, like some of you who are on here who I have met in different events that we've done all over the world. It's good to see you guys on the call. Right. So based on the capital you come in with will determine how much you stand to earn in percentage on a monthly basis. And so on the basic, you come in with 100 to 249, you're going to be earning 10.49%. If you come in with 2,500 within the range to 4,999, that's going to give you 13.12%. If you come in with $10,000 up to 24,999, you're going to be earning 14.87%, and so on and so forth. You can notice that the bigger capital you come in with, the more opportunity you have to earn. And also that this bot earns between 16 to 18%. So let's give an example. Let's say you come in with $100, you will be earning 10.49%. And let's say the bot earns 16% for that month. The balance 6% of the 16% goes back to Aurum Foundation. If you're on the standard package, you come in with a $9.99. That gives you the opportunity to earn 11.37%. If you deduct that from, let's say, the 16% the company earns, the balance goes back to the company. And you and I know that the majority, let's say 70% of all who are in Aurum today fall between the basic, standard, comfort, and optimal package. This shows you that just from one product alone, this company is earning good money. So that's the assumption, the peace of mind of longevity, which everyone wants to know. Because you and I have invested in different businesses all over the world that maybe they just had an ideology. They never had a product. Or maybe they even had one product. Like I've invested in a company that they had a trading bot or a software or something. Or if anything happens to that product, the company is run aground. And most times, such companies are run by individuals that you don't even know. You don't know the CEO. It's a one-man business. Whatever happens, the business is closed. But that is unlike what we have with this fintech company called Aurum Foundation, because we've just looked into 16 different products of this company, which shows that this company is ready for business. So this is just a graphical presentation to show you what is possible in Aurum on a monthly basis if you come in with these amounts in capital. So we're going to be running through the 200, the 5,000, and the $50,000 packages. So if you come in with a $200 contract, you'll be earning 10.4%. That amounts to $20.80 monthly. In the Nigerian Naira, that's about $31,200, which is some people's salary, actually. You become risk-free in 9 months and 6 weeks, meaning that by risk-free means that you've earned 2 times the value of your capital, which here will be $400. Let's say you come in with a $10,000 contract, you stand a chance to earn 14.8% monthly, which amounts to $1,480. In Naira, that's about 2,220,000. And in 6 months and 8 weeks, you become risk-free. That means you've earned $20,000. If you come in with a $50,000 contract, you say, oh, Taj, you know what? I love this company. It's a company that has products. I believe they're going to last long. In fact, I'm not scared because if Binance that had 3 products was able to survive and thrive and even today still be available, then I think I can take the risk with this company that has 16 products. And so I'm going to go all in. I'm coming with $50,000. If you come in with $50,000, you're going to be earning 16.6%, which amounts to a healthy $8,300 on a monthly basis. The Naira value is 12,450,000, and in 6 months, you become risk-free. That means that you must have earned 2 times the value of your contract. But guys, 3 things of note by this presentation, by this picture you see here. These are calculations that you stand to earn on a monthly basis. You can also notice that the higher capital you come in with, the more percentage that you earn. And also, the higher capital you come in with, the quicker you become risk-free. In fact, when you add the power of compounding to what you're seeing here, it is almost more than amazing. It is almost unbelievable what the power of compounding can do. Little wonder why it's called the 8th wonder of the world. And so Alhaji Ibrahim came to me and said, Taj, you know what? My son is in the secondary school. In the next 5 years, he's going to be in the university. So I want to invest for him and put in $500 for him so that by the time He finishes, I'll have enough money to train him to the best of the universities worldwide. And so we tried to use the profit calculator, put in the $500, put the investment term for 5 years, put on the compound interest, meaning that he's not going to be taking out any money at all. And by the time we clicked on calculate, the figure came out to be $3.4 million. He was amazed, and I was flabbergasted, knowing very well that this is possible being compounded for 5 years. And then some individuals, some doubting Thomases will say, Taj, well, $500 is not bad. I can impute that, but 5 years, guy, 5 years. Are you sure this company is going to be here for the next 5 years? And my answer to such people is this. If Binance with 3 fintech products could able to survive and thrive, that 9 years down the line is a multi-billion-dollar company known worldwide. What do you think of a company that has currently 16 different products? Are they not going to even thrive more? If the same people who made Binance successful are the same people who created the company and decided to run with it with newer products, latest technology, don't you think that company is going to thrive? Yet again, a company that has a game plan from now until 2035, 9 years from now, that goes a long way to show you that the company knows what it's doing. And you can notice from the game plan of the company or from 2023 till date, they have continued to hit the benchmarks of all they promised to do. Is such a company not good enough for you to invest in for the next 3, 4, or 5 years? The answer is left for you to decipher. And so the Aurum cards have wonderful advantages because for me, it was the first time I saw a card that is denominated in USDT. You have instant access to your funds because you can withdraw and spend crypto as cash anytime, anywhere in the world. It supports Apple Pay and Google Pay. You can pay contactless, online and offline with full convenience. High limits up to $100,000 in a month, and it is fully integrated in your neobank, so you can carry out management services on your card directly in your neobank app. And there's no hidden restrictions. Feel free, freedom to manage and spend your assets, and there's no KYC. So you could also carry out transactions anonymously or even help others make payments online. And so I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. When I was shown this opportunity in July of 2025, after the presentation, I said, this sounds too good to be true. I'm going to do my own due diligence. And I went online. I started seeing people's opinions. I started seeing what people were saying. Bram Benson is not real. Bram Benson is a scam. He's an AI. He's not the owner of the company. There's all these products are not working. They're not real. I gathered all this information, went back to my team and said, you know what, guys? Do not invest in any company called Aurum. I didn't check for Aurum Foundation. I went to check for Aurum. And so the name Aurum has been bastardized over time by different scammers, different companies, even some companies existing till today. And so with those mixed information and opinions, I went back to my team and told them not to invest in Aurum. Although I said that to my team, some people still went behind me to go and invest. That is what we call human being hard. And so within that time, July passed, August, September. In October, I had the opportunity to be in Thailand by another company that wanted to open in Nigeria, and they wanted us to be the professional network marketers who are going to help in promoting the business. And so we told them that Nigerians are tired of online businesses who have lost money too much. Let us see what your company has. Let us see for ourselves the structure, everything you have said in Thailand before we will be able to promote this business. And so they said, okay. And all expense paid trip was made for myself and other professional network marketers. Mr. AY is one of them. That's where I met him in Thailand. While we were in Thailand, I got a call from my good friend Lee O'Shea. He said, Taj, I hear you've been castigating Aurum Foundation. Well, here's the opportunity because we have a leadership event in Phuket. So you have to come, even though you're not a member yet. With my pass, you'll be able to enjoy everything you see there. Taj, I am almost financially free now. Your hotel, your transportation, everything is fully taken care of by me. So make sure you come. And so I said, what do I have to lose? Let me see for myself what this company really is. And so for the first time in over 6 years of knowing Lee O'Shea, I finally met the man in Phuket, Thailand. I was happy to meet him. We had dinner. We had a great time. And then he took me to the hotel and then paid for 6 days with this card. When he paid, he gave me the card. He said, Taj, do you know what this is? I looked at the card. I saw Visa, Aurum Infinity, Aurum. And then it clicked on me and I said, wow, Lee, are you telling me that this business with your money online, you can put the money in this card and spend it offline? He said, yes. And not only that, this card is denominated in USDT. Imagine spending crypto all over the world. If you're in the US, it's going to bring out dollars. If you're in the UK, it's going to bring out pounds. Even if you're in Nigeria, it's going to bring out naira. And I said, wow. And at that moment, it dawned on me that I've been a fool, an idiot, to take the words of people that I read online to imagine that it was the truth. And that's what a whole lot of people do. They go online, want to check Aurum Foundation, simply check Aurum, see all the nonsense that is written by different people, forgetting that those are just opinions of people and no legal authority has said anything. It became clear to me that I was the one who was watering myself. And on this day, 17th of October 2025, I signed up for Aurum Foundation. The Saul of Aurum finally became the Paul of Aurum. And since then, I've been taking Aurum all over the world, teaching in different countries, in different states, being on the news, being on media, doing interviews, going all over the world and telling people, guys, this is a fintech company. Come and be part of this revolution because we are leveraging on artificial intelligence to earn amidst any other thing. And I tell you, the past 7 months, my life has changed for the better. My finances are now better. And so in January 17th, when the company was launched, I officially got my Aurum card. And I have been using the card ever since. I did not just get a card, I also got a MasterCard that is virtual that I can use everywhere in the world. And so on my way back to Africa, I decided to stop in Accra, Ghana. Decided to buy some perfumes in the airport. And the lady said it's $103.95. And I decided to use my card to pay. Here's what happened when I tried it. Okay. So I'm in Ghana now. I want to use my Visa card, Aurum Visa card. It's gonna work. Touch. Okay. I don't want to show you my PIN. I just put my PIN in. And it's approved. You see? Live card here in Ghana. Worked one time. See, Aurum is wonderful. Aurum is awesome, guys. And so I saw for the first time the card worked in Africa for me. And on my way back to Nigeria, after getting off the airport, clearing my bags, I ran to the nearest ATM machine in order to use the card so I can see if the words of Lee O'Shea was real. That yes, this card can pay me in dollars if I'm in the US, pounds if I'm in the UK, and naira even if I'm in Nigeria. Here's what happened, guys. So I want to try the Aurum card on the Nigerian machine. Current. 206, no.
So charge the deduction. So yes.
Transaction
Transaction in
progress.
progress. Going. Live. Right here in Nigeria. Got the Aurum card. Okay, do you want a transaction next? I said no. So give me my card. No. So, live and direct.
Live and direct in Nigeria, the prophecy came real that I could use the Aurum card and get Naira off the machine. And since that day in January, my life has never remained the same. I no more keep monies in my bank account. It's from my card to where I spend, from the lounge to the restaurant to the market and everywhere. And so this is another product of the company, which is called Nero. It's one of those AI agents that have been doing magic ever since it started in January. There's been time tested and has the ability to do 30 to 32% in a month. In April alone, it has done 30.9%. Right. So we want to talk about the real world asset in relations to gold. Because as we speak, Aurum has a strategic gold partnership with Sierra Leone, our whole country. Now, for those who are always looking for due diligence, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to check this, I want to check that. Do you think the company, just yes, sorry for the break in transmission. So, like I was saying, for those cynicists that always want to check out, do due diligence, go and find out if this is real or not. Our whole country, Sierra Leone, has a partnership with Aurum Foundation. Do you think the country did not do their due diligence? Or do you think you're smarter than the country? Or do you think you know more than the country that has said, I want to work with Aurum Foundation to make sure that our gold is being tokenized in a blockchain system? Guys, this partnership has opened us to a whole lot. EcoBank Africa provided over $15 million as an institutional investment supporting the expansion of gold tokenization infrastructure in Sierra Leone. Do you think EcoBank as a bank did not do its due diligence before coming to Aurum Foundation to say, listen, I like what you guys are doing. Please take this 15 million added to what you're doing. Let's have a part of the pie. Let's have a piece of the pie and be part of what you're doing. Do you think the bank did not do its own due diligence? Now we have the opportunity to own real gold, high purity African gold, 22 to 24 karat gold from Aurum Foundation through its partnership with Clink Mining, direct access to mining partners, and up to 30% structured advantage. And so for those of us who have watched the movie Blood Diamonds, you will be able to understand how rugged Sierra Leone as a country is, how merchants and different kind of people come to the country in order to take advantage of their gold, kill, steal, destroy, and do all whatnot. But guess what? With this tokenization partnership on now, mining partners have the opportunity to sell their gold, not only to regularize authority. Everyone is happy. And guess what? For Sierra Leone itself, it has opened its gold sector to global investors because you and I, making over 200,000 investors in Aurum today, many of us are bought into the gold, having the gold trade for us some and waiting for the 12 months to cash in on the gold. And so here is how it works. That whatever money you come in with, half of it is going to be used into buying gold futures, and the other half will be used to trade for you. And at the end of the contract term, investors may choose to redeem their allocation in physical gold in Dubai or receive tokenized gold within the Aurum ecosystem. How wonderful is that? We're no more talking of an online company, something far away. We're talking of a company that has physical products. You have the card, physical. This gold, physical. What about the next one? Bukari Kaloko is the Chief of Africa Relations. He's the ex-Deputy Finance Minister of Sierra Leone. He's the CEO of Clink Mining, which is a mining company in Sierra Leone that mines gold. He has over 25 years of experience in finance and banking. What does this tell you? Bukari Kaloko is a professional. Possibly it could be the one that helped in making the deal between Aurum Foundation and Sierra Leone. He's the chief of Africa relations, not the chief of Asia relations or the chief of Europe relations. That shows you that Africa is a point of contact that Aurum Foundation has deemed likely because of its mineral resources and assets all over the world. We even hear that the company may be dealing with Ghana anytime soon. And so I have to ask you again, once again, do you think such a contract, such a partnership is for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years? So don't you see that the longevity in this business is already cemented by such partnerships with Sierra Leone? Nick Patel is the Reward Asset Relationship Advisor. He's the CEO of the Bank of Bullion, which is a bank where golds are being kept. He's well experienced in gold trading, reward asset, and has over 25 years in global finance. Once again, you see that Aurum Foundation only deals with professionals handling different parts of the business. And while we were in the Maldives, we heard of Bali, the reward assets tokenization in Bali, where we have the opportunity to own real estate in Bali. In fact, we're told that this figure you see here already is being bought by Aurum Foundation. We're going to be using part of it in building estates where we can be part of, and also in doing a resort. So with your 100, 500, even $1,000, you can be a co-owner of real estate in Bali, Indonesia, made possible by Aurum Foundation. What about the exchange itself? If you go to www.aurum.trading, you're going to see the Aurum exchange that has a lot of active referral rewards, and you will surely love to get started. Go check out the interface. Professional. You can register, you can verify, you can even start to do the Aurum staking, which is another product of the company. Staking that gives you the opportunity to earn 18, 19, 20, even 25% of your cryptos over time, being part of the staking system in the exchange. An exchange that the company has said they're ready to share 50% commissions with the network in order to make it grow. Guys, there are more than enough products in this company that can last you and make you a real millionaire. The Aurum Elite Cruise is going to be 16th to 19th of July 2026. Because of the antivirus, the company is considering still gonna, if they're gonna do it on the cruise or if it's gonna be on land, but pretty soon, within a week or two, we're gonna hear about it. So this is one of the opportunity that you can have to travel, and that's why Aurum is awesome. Because after July, maybe we may have another one in October, wherein we have another travel again. So guys, once again, if you're one who loves to travel, this opportunity is for you. And some good news, because right now Aurum has entered the Canadian market, the Canadian license. Aurum has secured a full Canadian license, marking a major legal milestone in the company's international expansion and opening access to new strategic market. The company is officially reflected in the Canadian registry through Aurum Nero AI Technologies Corporation. In Canada, British Columbia, the company's number is BC1571382. So for those who like to go and do research and research, even though the company has told you, some people would think, the company may be lying. I need to go do my own research. And then you go on and go, look, it's BC1571382. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Officially reflected in the registry. It's an office which is going to be in North Vancouver, but we don't know if that is set up yet. Or we'll take the words of the company because we know whatever this company has announced is officially real. The next phase is from licensing to full expansion. Because with the Canadian license now secured, Aurum is moving to the next stage of expansion with the launch of a full office in Canada. And also, we hear that Australia, the US, Swiss are undergoing licensing as we speak. And in fact, during the last call from Brian Benson, he said between this year and the next year, they will be able to get over 17 different licenses from different countries. And so we are fully happy, fully ready to keep moving. So who is this business for? Who's eligible to do this business? Once again, we're going to hear from Brian Benson and also from my good friend John Bone, who's the leader of Aurum in the UK, when he asked him this question. Let's listen to his reply, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, hi guys, I'm here with Mr. Brian Benson, CEO of Aurum. We're here in Victoria, a lovely hotel. Brian's flown in just for a few hours just to meet some of the leadership team. So I guess I've got one very quick question, because I know you've got people waiting for you, Brian. I'm a guy that wants to share this project with the everyday man and woman, okay? So the students, the tradesmen and women, the retirees. Why is it that this project is something that those sort of folks should look at?
Well, I think that's a great question, and I think it's a very simple answer. Up until the most recent sort of decade or the last few years, the financial system has been sort of rigged towards the big guy, right? And in banks, for example, they take in $1,000, they loan out $12,000, they keep all the money. And I think what Aurum is doing is putting that on its head, where we're bringing technology that people can use to make their lives better, but also they can use it to grow a business or to refer their friends to it, right? And so what we're doing is we're sharing the commissions that the banks usually keep for the executives across the entire network. And that's really beneficial to the tradespeople, to the people that have a small amount of money to invest, because they're able to not only get a strong investment here where a lot of the rewards are coming directly back to them, but they're also able to refer their friends and family or other people and make a commission off of that. So I think it's twofold. I think it's one is we're passing as much as we can on to the community, and secondly, we're giving an opportunity to people with very little investment to have some sort of business that can work for them. So.
And give them great hope for the future in
Right.
what is becoming a very crazy world out there. So listen, I won't keep you any longer.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, Brian. Look forward to seeing you in Dubai.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Same here.
Once again, we've heard from the CEO who this business is for the young, for the old, for the retirees, for those who have little amount of money to get started, for those who want to build an income, for those who want to be wealthy. With the mission of the company and what you have heard about what the CEO has said for those who are investors, I'm sure you would see that the category of people covers people like you and I, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And so let's look at some of the results of the XAI bot in this year alone. January was 16.85%. As at that time, the trading pool amounted to 77,144,000. A trading pool is where your monies come into when you become a member of Aurum, and then you have the XAI bot trading for you. And so 16.85% amounted to 11,124,437 USDT. In February, it was 16.96, which amounted to 90, which you can see that the trading pool already has increased from 74 to 19,228,000. And then the profit, 16.96, amounted to 13 point something million. So if you have been getting paid from Aurum, the XAI bot, these are the monies from where you get paid for. In March, it was 17.02%. You can see the trading pool already has increased over 105 million. And then in April, you saw 17.15%, which you can see the trading pool already has gone to 123 million. This shows me that the company is growing. This shows me that the profits that are being made are put in. This shows me that as more people come into the company, the trading pool continues to increase. We're already at the 31st of May, the last day of May. I'm pretty sure by the next time we come on this presentation, we will be showing you what was possible in May. And so the profit so far from January, February, March, April is 67.98%, not taking into consideration compounding, what the compounding effect will be. Will your bank ever give you this kind of profits? That's a question left for you to answer. And so at this point, I want to call on my co-host to run through this shortly within the next 5-10 minutes to run through the frequently asked questions to tell us about it. My co-host is officially a Vanguard Pro. She made Vanguard Pro yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome Mrs. Loveline Momodu to handle the second part of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, LawyerTAJ. Yeah, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, yeah, Vanguard Pro. You have been spending money. You have been enjoying.
Oh, we'll do that. Thanks a lot for having me again this evening. Thank you. Good evening. Hope Sunday is going well. And so without wasting much of our time, I'll be taking us through the most frequently asked questions about Aurum. And then afterwards, we can ask our questions and, drop our question in the chat box or ask them afterwards. So the first question says, what makes Aurum different? Yeah. Aurum for me is different in so many ways. Aurum is different because it has been able to combine structure, leadership, technology, and real usability, right? Aurum isn't just an AI bot like we have out there. It's a full ecosystem. It's one that combines strong leadership, AI-powered automation. We have a working Visa card. We have multiple earning streams, from trading to staking to neobank and other yield-bearing assets. It's very affordable. And we are the early positioning advantage. It's over about 1,000 active partners globally. And so, yes, Aurum isn't hype. It's structure, utility, and opportunity all put together. The next says Aurum a Ponzi scheme or a structured fintech system. So with Ponzi scheme, no Ponzi scheme is characterized by, having to use money from new members to pay old members, or where we don't have, per se, a real product or service, or that the existence is largely dependent on recruiting people. Now, I want to juxtapose that to a structured fintech ecosystem, Aurum Foundation, that has AI-powered trading tools, exchange infrastructure, digital banking solutions with the neobank, the staking mechanisms, and the real payment utilities with that Visa card. We'll see that the difference is clear as crystal. Yeah, Ponzi scheme relies on recruitment for survival, while Aurum, on the other hand, is built around real utility and the functional ecosystem. Now, who is behind Aurum? You agree with me that leadership and credibility of a company, right, cannot be overemphasized, right? So when it comes to making investment decisions, you want to make sure that you get that, clearly from the get-go. And so Aurum Foundation is led by Brian Benson, who is a Web3 and finance professional with decades of experience in both digital space and traditional finance. He previously served as director at Binance for Latin America and has represented Aurum on various global platforms, engaging with key players in the blockchain ecosystem. And so Aurum is not built around one individual. Must have listened to the presentation where we saw the team, the strong team, backing up the ecosystem. And so strong leadership team, already like we have listened to LawyerTAJ. And so it shows clearly that Aurum is a company that has structured leadership, strong partnerships, and a clear direction for the future. Now on regulation, Aurum Foundation operates within the Web3 and digital asset space, which we know is still evolving, but has in recent times is beginning to gain recognition globally. And so this clearly is different from our traditional finance that we all know and are used to, right? Aurum is registered and has presence in Poland, in Hong Kong, and in Dubai, these areas are major leading jurisdictions that are known for blockchain innovation, operating in line with applicable compliance standards. As we are aware, we know that we have recently gotten the Canadian license, right? And the office opens real soon. And so the targets for further expansion is between this year and next year to get into the US as well as Australia. And we keep expanding. So you see Aurum Foundation, the team, they're not joking. And with the growing involvement from governments and financial institutions, especially in the areas of the real world tokenization, it goes without saying that the space is becoming more structured and more credible, right? And so Aurum's focus is to, within this evolving space, while at the same time positioning itself as the leader in the AI, fintech, and digital finance space. Am I able to withdraw my capital? Capital is understand that there are different products within the ecosystem. And so the withdrawal conditions usually vary depending on the specific product that you are running with. So for the XAI bot, which is a flagship product of the company, a 12-month cycle usually apply on the trading capital, because when you deposit those funds, the amounts are deposited, are deployed in active trading for you. And so withdrawing it prior to 12 months attracts a penalty, but you can actually still withdraw it. But where that happens, you have to pay 35% penalty, which is actually global practice, when you renege on a contract. And this can be done on the 1st, on the 10th, and on the 20th of every month, right? But your profits that you can withdraw anytime, even multiple withdrawals can be done in a day, round the clock. And so for the Zeus bots, the XAI bots, and even the narrow, what's it called, AI agents, there's no locking period. You can withdraw your capital, your token anytime. And so payment processing typically takes between 48 to 72 hours, right? And then the minimum withdrawal amount is 25 USDT and above. And you can choose to either receive your earnings on your crypto wallet or exchange, or pay them directly into your Aurum Visa card. Now, the next question about risk. LawyerTAJ, next page. Okay, so
that risk involved, and how's that risk managed?
Opportunity, carries.
Oh, I don't know if a network is good. Is Dr. Demi here? I don't know if he can help with this.
Yes, Dr. Demi is here.
Dr. Demi, please, can you handle it? I think our network is not so good.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Question 6 is asking whether there is risk involved. And I always say, waking up and going out is a risk. Living life is a risk. Question you ask is, what's the risk differential, and is it worth it? If it's worth it, then you take the risk. If you don't think it's worth it, you take the risk. The price of not doing anything is as high as the price of taking a risk and taking a chance. There is also what you call intrinsic risk, which is risk that is associated with something, or that is constitutional to anything, which is the risk that comes with that thing. But there is also associated risk, which is risk that sits outside the platform or outside what you're doing. So from an overall risk assessment point of view, they've tried as much as possible to mitigate the risk, especially with the trading bots, like AI bot and EXAI Pro. These AI bots are able to execute their strategy to the letter. And like I was explaining a few days ago, if you observe EXAI bots, for instance, its strategy seems to be able to hit a 17% monthly target, which comes to about 0.5 to 0.7% daily. And I see that the AI bot doesn't trade additionally after it's hit that target for the day. So it's very clear. I am a trader, so I understand that it's very clear that the risk algorithm that we built into it to ensure that even if it's making more money than it's expecting, it's not going to go far. And if it's not making as much as well, the bot is very disciplined and it doesn't have emotions like we do. So that makes it actually better than anybody day trading, really, because it's able to execute the strategy without emotion and without considering the noise in the market. It's 100% signal. That's how the risk is managed within the platform. Of course, associated risk like losing your password, losing your two-factor authentication and all of that that is risk that's dependent on you, and you should be able to manage or get help on how to manage such risk so that we don't fall prey to scammers and hackers. Is the profit per day fixed, or are they return? How are the returns generated? The returns are generated based off the profit of the trading bots. So the AI trading bots generate those profits every day, depending on whether you are compounding your gains or you want to take it out every day. The bot makes the allocation accordingly. So, but once your package is set, meaning once your package with XAI bot is set, you will see a slight range of differences on daily income, but it's not going to be far away. So if somebody's trading, somebody's invested 100 USDT, for instance, their 10% is pretty much guaranteed. It can be a little bit above that, but the results are shown that the band, and you can see that in the bands as well, to say approximately. So it stays within that band, plus or minus 0.1 or 0.2. So the profit is not fixed. To answer that question, it's based on what is generated by the AI trading bots. What happens during market crashes or high volatility? So high volatility is the bread and butter of trading machines, because high volatility means that the price is moving very rapidly up and down within a particular time frame. So that presents more opportunity for any trading bot or any trading machine, because what it means is that as the price is going up and down, it is creating market structure and patterns that creates opportunities to trade. So it doesn't really affect it whether the market is going up, is going down, or the market is confused that it's going up and down at the same time. Why should you join now? Now is the best time. I'm sorry, I'm a believer of Jesus, and the Bible says now is the time of salvation. You shouldn't wait till next year, because what you could have done now and gained a lot of acreage, why wait till next year? There's a good saying that we have that stitching time saves 9, meaning if somebody has a cloth that is beginning to tear and it requires just one stitch, if you apply that stitch at that point, you'll have saved the need for another 9 stitches further down the line when the rent or when the tear has become a lot greater. So it's important to understand that you can start now. I mean, it's about $120 in UK times, about £100. So you can start now and see how it works, and then make your informed decisions subsequently. Now, this is the snapshot of what the Aurum ecosystem looks like today. On the top, you have AI and automation. On the right, financial infrastructure. On the left, blockchain and core assets. At the bottom, real-world assets and payment system. I've joined Aurum now for maybe like 5 months, and I can tell you that everything on the top is up and running. Everything on the right, with the exception of, what am I saying? Yeah, everything on the right is up and running as well. Real-world assets is up and running for both real estate and gold. The payment system, you already have the card. I think the next thing we're waiting for is the POS and the ATM. Like I told somebody, the day the ATM comes out, I'm going to buy, or the ATM or the POS comes out, I'm going to buy, because that is going to be a very, very serious business. The blockchain assets, of course, will take time, especially with the creation of the Aurum blockchain itself. That I think is going to take time. It always takes time because that's very technology deep, and you need to have an established network before getting into that. So I think LawyerTAJ has moved to the next slide. Let's listen to.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Dr. Demi. The video about to watch is going to show you the game plan of the company. We started from 2023 up until 2035. We're already 3 years into it, and you will notice that each and everything the company has mapped out is already happening. Please take a listen and take notes.
February 2023. The world was still living by the old financial logic, but we pressed start. We wanted to create an ecosystem that would unite artificial intelligence and finance to make asset management simple, scalable, and secure. That's how Aurum was born. The starting point was EXAI Bot, the first AI-powered trading solution, an algorithm that laid the foundation for an entire era. From that moment, we began expanding at the speed of light. We've built and are implementing a vision that includes trading AI bots, exchanges, neobank, crypto cards, and real-world asset tokenization, official registration in Hong Kong, and the first features in global media. The creation of Aurum Neobank, the launch of Zeus AI bot, and the flash loan license surpassing $1 million in profits. The opening of our headquarters in Dubai, where hundreds of industry leaders gathered. The world started to talk about us. We were featured by Binance, Benzinga, Crypto Reporter, and Blockchain Wire. Forbes called us the new infrastructure of global finance. But this is no time to pause. We're gaining momentum. We launched Aurum Academy, strengthen our team, and appoint Brian Benson, a professional with 27 years of experience, as our CEO. Global events in Vietnam, Dubai, and Antalya. Thousands of cards sold, and the launch of the AI agent ecosystem. Today, we stand on the stage of Token 2049 Singapore, alongside the leaders of Binance, Tether, KuCoin, and Tron. And this moment once again proves Aurum is a global ecosystem of worldwide scale. But the most important part, this is only the beginning. The next decade will be one of expansion. In 2025 to 2026, we bring Aurum Neobank to the mass market. Hundreds of thousands of users, millions of transactions. The launch of Aurum Exchange, which reaches $5 billion in trading volume within its first year. AI bots manage over $100 million in assets. The first 5,000 cash-in and withdrawal terminals appear. Aurum establishes its presence in 10 countries and secures its position in the global market. In 2027 to 2028, we raise the bar. Neobank reaches 2 million users and 1.5 million cards. During this period, Aurum DEX, a next-generation decentralized exchange, launches. Personalized AI-based services emerge. Credit scoring and capital management. The first RWA deals worth $500 million are integrated. The terminal network expands to 20,000 points across 20 countries. By 2029, Neobank evolves into a super app. Flight bookings, taxis, car rentals, food delivery, while transactions exceed $20 billion. Aurum DEX cements its position within the ecosystem with $5 billion in trading volume, becoming a key element of Aurum's DeFi direction. AI agents operate for hundreds of thousands of businesses, and RWA grows to $5 billion. Aurum becomes an ecosystem that accompanies users every day. In 2030 to 2033, we reach global scale. Neobank's user base hits 12 million and over 10 million cards. Inside the super app, 15 to 20 integrated services and partnerships with 500 global brands. Aurum Exchange reaches $90 billion in trading volume and enters the top 10 global crypto exchanges. The terminal network expands to 100,000 plus locations across 50 plus countries. The annual Aurum Global Summit gathers 5,000 leaders. By 2033 to 2035, Aurum Neobank enters the top 5 global neobanks with a valuation of $10 billion plus. Aurum Exchange remains in the top 10, while Aurum DEX surpasses $20 billion in trading volume. AI manages over $5 billion in assets, and RWA exceeds $20 billion. We are present in 75 countries, with 1,000 global partners and over 100,000 terminals. The Aurum Global Summit brings together 10,000 industry leaders. Aurum becomes the symbol of a new financial era, a system that made finance accessible to everyone, a story that has already transformed the industry, and a future that already belongs to us.
Yes, so that brings us to the end of the presentation today. If you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat, or you can raise up your hand so we can give you a chance to speak, or I can run through the questions which we have already in here. Babatunde Busari, what is the status of Aurum Foundation in relation to compliance with Nigerian SEC and central bank having regard to the protection of investing public locally in Nigeria? That's my brother who's a lawyer. Good question. So, Aurum Foundation is a global business. They do not need the SEC's registration in order for it to do business globally. We who are Nigerians are taking advantage of this global business, not even wanting it to come to Nigeria to do any form of registration. You know why? Because our SEC, from inception till date, can you point out one company one company at all that Nigerians have lost money in and SEC was able to recover any cent for anybody. The Nigerian SEC has never been able to do any of its arrangements. The only thing I love about the SEC is the ISA Act that made virtual or cryptocurrency and other assets legitimate in Nigeria. Besides that, our SEC is nothing but a toothless bulldog. So there's no need for even Aurum Foundation to even come to Nigeria. We actually was pushing it before, but taking into consideration this government we have and the bad leadership that we have currently in Nigeria, I would dare say we do not need any registration of Aurum Foundation in Nigeria. And so ask yourself, which business have you done that is fully registered in SEC by SEC that you have seen that when they failed, SEC was able to get people's money back? Your guess is as good as mine. Is none. The only Securities and Exchange Commission that is working pretty good is the US SEC. And as we speak, Aurum Foundation is already carrying out its registration and licensing in the US, in Australia, already gotten its license in Canada. And you know, it's a new company that started in January here, January 2026. And so it will only take a matter of time before the company will be able to get the required licenses that it ought to have. We all know the problem that Binance had with SEC in Nigeria. Not until SEC was able to understand that Binance had made over $25 billion in 10 years. And when Binance came to officially want to register, the SEC was saying it has to pay $1 billion. $1 billion, guys. How? Why? Why would Binance pay that? We who have been in this business, did we need SEC to approve it? When I had my account with Binance, did I need to see a license from anybody before I started using it? When I was doing business in Binance, earning and doing P2P, was SEC involved ever in it? And no. So for me, that is just a bottleneck that most people use in tying themselves down instead of taking advantage of global investments. We have Nigerians, we have Americans, we have Canadians, we have people from all walks of life in Aurum Foundation. I, for one, do not need SEC to approve a company first before I invest in it. Neither do I need the CBN, because when you look at it, these institutions itself are fraught with a lot of irregularities. And so, my brother, I hope that question is able to make you understand that we're not in a Nigerian-based business, we're in a global business. And personally, we don't need SEC to approve such. My brother Obafemi, do you have anything to say, Mr. AY or Mr. Demi? You have something to add in relation to what I've just said?
You are another, my boss.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me look through the other question here. Zainab, so how can one invest in the XAI bot, Pro bot? Or does the XAI bot investment automatically become investment in the Pro bot? Okay, so XAI bot is the flagship product of the company. When you come in with the XAI bot, all other bots are open for you and free for you to invest in. The investment only needs you to put some certain amount of capital in that fintech product for it to start working for you. So most people firstly come in with the XAI bot, and when they now understand that this system is multifaceted with different fintech products, they now tend to choose which product they want to put their money in. Dennis, so please, how do we get this video for our prospect? We have this call recorded. We put it on our channel, which is Crypto Trader Extraordinaire. It is on YouTube. You can get on there and see entirely all the different videos, different presentations that we have done over time. Question, how can one invest in the XAI bot Pro? Okay, I've talked about that before. Just invest in the XAI bot. When you come in, the Pro, the Zeus bot, the Nero, all others are open for you to take advantage of. Please, can we get, yes, I'll put up the screen. We'll put it up on there. So I see that basically the questions on here have been done with. Or maybe my brother Busari wants to say something. Busari, can you unmute yourself if you're not okay with my answer in relation to the Nigerian SEC? Because for me, You ain't doing nothing. Yes, my
Thank you
brother,
so
how you
much.
doing?
I'm fine, Taj. I don't know if you can hear me now.
Loud
Thank
and
you.
clear, loud and clear.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's been an insightful session. I found most of the insights you've provided very beneficial. And, but, anything that involves Nigerians and, the public, there is always the aspect of the law, which is actually the area of concern for me. But with regards to, other things that you said, including your response to my question, of course, it stands to reason. I mean, people buy stocks in, SP 500s and all of that without having to, go through any of these
Bottlenecks.
registration.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what I mean. Yeah. So, but just to bring it, home, if, for example, something goes wrong along the way, I mean, we're human, uh, mistake or I mean, any other factor there could be a crash, there could be, and then there is an uproar, as we've seen, most times, with, the volatility in the market. Sometimes the people who invest in these things are not as educated. They just want to put their money somewhere and, take money out. So when this happens, there should be somewhere where they can go to. I hope, your doors are open so that they can come and say, okay, I mean, we can come to you. We know you can help us get our funds if we have issues. So that's the
Yeah.
point I'm trying to make.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taj.
Thank you very much, my brother. I'm sure Dr. Demi wants to say something now.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. Thank you, LawyerTAJ and Bushari. I think what's important to note is that these are not fictitious entities or people. These are actual human beings with registered legal entities across various jurisdictions. So it's not a Aurum is not an MLM company that is starting up or opening in Nigeria. This is a multi-geography group, literally group of companies. And one of the things that makes sure that they're able to withstand, market crash or, catastrophic act of God, as you say in legal speak, is the way they've set up the legal entities. And I believe as lawyers, you're familiar with corporate structures and all that. They've made sure that they have independent entities in different geographies handling different aspects of the business. That's the most formidable business model and corporate entity setup that you can have globally. So there is no risk of constitutional collapse of any one of their products because they've linked up each of the legal entities together with the products. So if you say, for instance, that the card is not working, that would be, the responsibility of their banking legal entity in Poland. And if it's not working, that's just something that they have to sort out, either with Visa or whoever their payment system provider is. So if you say XAI port is not working, it's something that the Dubai company will need to look into. Or if you say Nero is not working, something that,
the Canadian
the company just registered in Canada needs to look into. So there will be always opportunities and avenues to raise any grievances or any complaints. And because these guys are known guys, like I said, if somebody has worked with Binance for more than a decade, they're not just known, they have industry pedigree. So there's no cause to be alarmed or to be, and I understand a friend of mine called me or sent me a message yesterday when he saw my status and he said that these people are Ponzi, just repeating what people say online, they don't have a product. So I educated him and I said, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. You probably lost money on Royal Bots or what's it, Royal Q and all those stuff.
Or
and you think
CBEX.
this is one of them. Exactly. So I said, no, this is not one of them. And that we've done a lot of due diligence, and people more powerful than us have done bigger due diligence. And if they sustain the partnership that they have now, it's big credibility on their part at a corporate level. So yes, is there a risk of anything going on? Yes, I mean the government can come up with something anywhere and say they want to jail one of the founders. Another thing that they've done, by the way, sorry, is that they have different CEOs for different aspects of the business. That is decentralized, corporate decentralization at its core. So if you want to carry somebody, or any of the leaders. You just be carrying one of the 6 or 7 people at the top. So I think there have been a lot of provision made to make sure that there is fail safe and people can actually, the business can go on if any components suffers loss. I think I'll stop here. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Demi, for that. And I also want to add a few points to what you just said. In regards to due diligence, there's nobody that does due diligence more than companies or entities or financial institutions like Visa Card or MasterCard. Guy, if there was any form of fraud, Ponzi, MLM, anything in relation to these points, Aurum Foundation will not have a legitimate Visa card or a MasterCard that works everywhere in the world. I've used that card in 4 different countries. I do not need to travel with ESTA codes anymore. With just that card, I'm able to get monies out, use it to make payments everywhere in the world, both online and offline. Not just talking of only Visa card and MasterCard. EcoBank itself has invested $15 million in this same gold tokenization in Sierra Leone. That goes a long way to show you. Banks, for example, do a lot of due diligence before going into any form of transaction. What about MasterCard? What about Forbes that have made Brian Benson one of their members in council? Go check out that information. That's to show you, did Forbes not do his own due diligence? So if you take into consideration Sierra Leone and its long-term transaction with this company and its due diligence, you will of course know that maybe you just don't want to invest. Yeah, Aurum Foundation stands out for any type of business we have ever done. I've lost a lot of money online before, but I have to tell myself the truth. I have never invested in a fintech company, a company that has a variety of products that touches every part of human financial endeavor. So for me, it's pretty clear that I do not need the Nigerian SEC to approve any form of business before I do it. What of the ones that they have approved and they still failed? Did they get any money back? None. I know a couple of these trading companies that failed, that had approval from SEC and all that. Until today, nobody got a cent. So let us not cover ourselves with that veiled allegory that it has to be SEC or SEC has to approve or CBN has to approve. None of those institutions believed in cryptocurrency before. All of them was calling it a scam. But today, as soon as Donald Trump pronounced that crypto is now legitimate in America, you can now carry out deals in China, all the banks are allowed to take it in. Everybody moved from left to right. So what was wrong in the beginning? So those of us who were doing it before and we were criminalized as people doing Ponzi or doing scam. Today now, a lot of people are running to us to learn about what it truly is. So guys, do not follow what is the traditional system to say this or that. Mr. AY, you want to say something?
Sorry. Yes, sorry, Dr. LawyerTAJ. Just to buttress what you just said, there was a company called Ubitex sometimes last year. They didn't just have SEC approval, SEC is being pulled down now. They even have DSS certificate to operate in Nigeria. They have DSS certificate to operate in Nigeria. I know the person who happened to be their African representative in Nigeria. He lives in Abuja. That business did not last 9 months, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. So all this one, SEC approval, not SEC approval, to me, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So we have businesses that have failed. The ones that it was in within their purview that failed. There's nothing they could do to the people that were affected. Okay, so that's it for me. So it's not necessary for us to be part of this. Is a global business, and they have not said they have SEC approval. They have declared where they are licensed, and then and it's on the We know the ones that are in the works as well. Even if they will get sent approval, it's not going to be immediate. It's a process. Okay, so that's it.
Thank you very much, my brother, Bafemi. Yeah, right. Because when I first started Aurum, I was all about sec. Wanting it to be registered. I even had the time to speak with Ahmed Zen about it. And in fact, the company was willing to be part of registration in Nigeria. But the other Nigerian leaders had to call me back and say, Taj, are you sure it's a good decision? With the way this our political leadership is, or the government of Nigeria, are you sure they're not going to still delay or do something, or don't you just wait? Let us all be financially free first before we think of any form of registration. And I thought about it. It made sense because Binance didn't need to register in Nigeria. Till today, Binance still exists. Do you think Binance is going to crash? Binance is richer than many countries as we speak. Over 20 million users on a daily basis. I have used Binance today. I use Binance every day. I pay $2, $3. So even if I pay $1, if Binance collects $1 from 20 million users every day, how much is that? That's $20 million. Some countries don't make that in a week or even in a month. So guys, let us remove that mindset of Nigeria or SEC or this. They're all toothless bulldogs, guys. Do what you want to do from your heart, take your investment. And in fact, you are in the age where if you don't send your money message, if you don't invest, you have yourself to blame. That's the truth. So even though you have lost before, does that mean that you will not invest? Everybody knows that when you sleep, you are half dead. Does that mean that you're not going to sleep because you are half dead? In fact, the greatest risk is sleeping and waking up. If you can sleep and wake up, then what risk is there big enough that you cannot take? If you look inwards, each and every one of us is taking one form of risk or the other, either concealed or quiet or open. But then again, there's left for you to take advantage of the times. Because whether you choose to invest or not, I have invested. I have the artificial intelligence working for me. I sleep and I wake up and I earn. And so I'm going to just jump into with my testimony of when I started Aurum in October. I told you guys the story how I was one of those who were bastardizing the company and all its product because I went online and saw different things that they said. Not until I was in Thailand and I saw for myself how it works, met Brian Benson, spoke with individuals that I've known in the space for years, even all over the world. It became clear to me that I was the one who was just wasting my time. 7 months down the line, yesterday I hit the rank of elite. Hitting the rank of elite comes with a lot of advantages. First of all, the company said, Taj, you have tried so much. Take this $20,000 as yours. A lot of people saw it. And I should be one who's proud to say that yesterday I did the withdrawal of the $20,000. And today, right here, I just want to show you guys. May nobody come beg me money. I don't give una 1 cent. When I go also, see. I hope this thing can show. That's about 24,000 there, right? So y'all can see, you know how much that is. Why? Because I'm growing a team. I'm showing the investments to people. Everybody's getting in and everybody's happy. Everybody's earning through AI. And let me tell you the words of Elon Musk about AI. Go and check it out. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. In fact, the second person closest to him is over $400 billion behind. I don't think there's anybody who's going to catch that man in this life until he dies. That's the truth. He said, for those who use AI, he said there's a fallacy that AI is going to take the jobs. That's not true. It is only those who know how to use AI that will take your jobs. And for those who will be smart in the usability of AI, they will be so rich that each of us could own a yacht. Guys, Trump just came back from China. The Chinese man showed him investments that China has that they are making over $500 million an hour using AI. I hope you hear me. $500 million an hour Trump was awed. He was shocked knowing how far technology has gone. So what are you going to wait for? What are you going to say? In the system alone, I started with $120 for accounts. Today, I have over $35,000 working for me in totality. What are we going to say? Bamidele, if you near me and I thunder go fire you. Don't near me. All right, guys. So, I mean, it's left for you. Take advantage, take position, or you sit on the sidelines and wait. Maybe 5 years from now, you join Aurum. Maybe 2 years from now, you will now be convinced. But guys, opportunities wait for those who take action. And so with these words, I want to thank you all for coming on the call. We already shared the site on there, our crypto trader extraordinaire. You can get this information on there. We're going to upload it immediately the meeting ends. And feel free to come back and ask questions and be part of this, because this is just the beginning and it will continue to grow in leaps and bounds. Once again, I am totally convinced that this company is going to be here for the next 10, 20 years, because if Binance, with only 3 products, was able to be here till now, not to talk of a company with 16 products, both digital and physical, that in fact has overcome all that Binance has gone through. So guys, thank you all very much for coming on the call. God bless you all. Today is Sunday. On Monday, 11 a.m. For those all over the world, we start our members training, by 12 midday. We have a training by 12 midday, and we have another members training by 9 p.m. So if you can't meet the morning session by 12 midday, you can always join the session by 9 p.m. Please bring the critics, bring those cynicists, bring those that never believe or don't want to believe. Let them come in and let them hear the words. AI has come into the world of finance, and we are merely taking advantage of AI in the world of finance to earn money. And so, as we normally do, feel free to unmute yourself, say your goodbyes, and God bless you. And wait, if my goodbye and God bless you is louder than your own, I'm going to make more money than you this week. So, goodbye. God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Goodbye, everyone. If you don't say your goodbye, you're not going to make any money. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. God bless.